Hi YouTube, it's Amy. I hope everyone's having a great 2020 so far. And I'm coming to you today with some good news. But first, I want to tell you my foster adoption story. I'm going to do it as quick as I can, but where you guys know the whole story. Especially, my heart is definitely in the foster adoption community. I'm actually really excited. In July, I'm actually going to do a parent training at our former foster care agency for other foster parents. I definitely want to stick around in the community, like with foster care and adoption, even though we currently have closed our home. Again, my heart definitely is in that community. So I'm going to start it out all the way from the beginning. But please stick around for the story, especially you foster mamas and adopting parents that are waiting on the final order. Just don't give up hope. I know it is a long uphill battle, but once you get to the end, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing that is celebrated. Adoption to me is it's just beautiful, and we are truly, truly blessed, and I'm going to try to fight back the tears as much as I can in this video. I assure you, they are tears of just absolute joy. Well, it goes back beyond 2014. My husband and I, tried to conceive on our own. We did end up having 2 early miscarriages. I had some medical problems on top of that. And in 2013, we started to explore the idea of foster care. Of course, we were a little nervous to get our toes wet in the water. It was just something we talked about. We had moved, we had an extra bedroom. And of course, we still wanted to try and conceive. Well, 2014 rolls around, and it was January 2014, and the whole foster care idea was sitting heavy on me. I remember just one night on my phone looking up different agencies, and I would go to submit an email, and I would take it back. I was just very, very nervous, very, very, the unknown, pretty much. And let's be for real, the horror stories you hear about foster care and, working alongside DSS, things like that, can kind of definitely push someone back. Well, in February 2014, I made the call, and I had someone answer the phone, and I remember her telling me these pride classes were starting, and come on in. You can even just try the class, see what you think about it, if it's something you're not comfortable doing. And I was so hesitant. And I remember the woman asking me what was holding me back. And I remember just saying nothing really. And she was like, well, just come on in. So I got off the phone. I got super excited. I called my husband, and within 2 weeks, we started the pride training classes, the paperwork, and we were certified foster adoptive parents by April of 2014. Within a week of getting our official license, we had our first foster placement, which was just a weekend respite, a 4-year-old. He came, he left. I was so excited, and I was so sad when he left. Precious little thing. And then in June, got a call for a 13-year-old girl that ended up falling through. And by August, we had a young man, 12, who would be coming in our home. He was eligible for adoption. We had him in our home August of 2014, we go into 2015. It was just still this young man in our home. 2015, unfortunately, in July, I became very ill. I found out I had stage 1 uterine cancer. I had a 2x1 indiocarcinoma inside my uterus. I was 28 years old. I had to have a full hysterectomy, and my world shattered. Even though we had the young man in the home, he was 12, I still had lots of baby dreams, and I still had that hope, and that's what kept me going. I had the full hysterectomy. I was out of work from August of 2015 till October 2015. Did a lot of soul searching, hit a really bad depression. But I needed to go back to work. I needed to get back on routine. I needed to get back to everyday life. And I had to move on because I still had breath in my lungs. I was living. I had my foster son, soon to be adopted, and I had my husband. Well, 2015 wrapped up. We're now in 2016. 2016 March, our 12-year-old son was adopted. In April, we decided to take in another child because our 12-year-old son at the time had expressed he wanted a brother. By April of 2016, we had another placement who was 12. So let's see, 2016, we're moving along. We have our adopted son and we have our foster son. We get through 2016 with the 2 boys. We're now in 2017. And in my heart, it was burning. I needed a daughter. I needed a daughter. I was praying. I was pleading. I loved the 2 boys. At that time, 2017, January, we had the adopted son, and then we had foster son who was still foster. No TPR or anything had happened at this point. And we decided to get a bigger home. By March of 2017, we were in a bigger home, 2-story, 3-bedroom, and I was ready to bring in a baby. The boys shared, they were so close in age, they shared bunk beds, and I had an extra room to set up a nursery. There's videos, you can find old ones, of this nursery, and I knew I needed a baby. So we're in June of 2017. We ended up getting a call for a 10-year-old girl who was eligible for adoption. We go meet her. I fall in love. We then turn the nursery into a 10-year-old girl's room. I actually sold the baby furniture. I was okay with it. I told God, it's not my will to have a baby. That's fine. We're fine with the older ones. We are giving these kids a new chance at life. So 27 tracks on. August, the young lady comes home. So at this point, we have a 14, almost 13, and then the young lady who's 10. Well, things get really bad at the end of 2017. Our adopted son, I can't go into much detail, and I really don't want to. Unfortunately, he had a very, very rough past, and some things came out that we had not known, and he needed help. He needed help more than we can give, and he had to be hospitalized. So at this point, 2017, October 2017, he's hospitalized. We are in the process of adopting the second son, who is almost 13, and we have the girl who will be eligible to adopt in 6 months that she's in the home. And then we get into December of 2017. The young lady, again, very traumatic past, and becoming very, very difficult. The school, it was falling apart. My world was falling apart. So here we are, January 2018. Our first adopted son is still hospitalized, getting treatment, getting help he needs. We are almost done with the adoption of our second son. And the young lady, it's crashing, it's burning. February, we end up putting our notice in for her. Again, we still had our oldest adopted son who was getting help he needed, and our second son, his adoption became final February 28th. Very happy, very excited, celebrated him. Very great kid. When the young lady left, I was done. I said, God, it's okay if I don't have a daughter. It's okay if we don't have any more young ones. We have the oldest, who we're having some very, very hard difficulties with, and who needs help beyond help. And we have our son we just adopted. We took about a 4-week hiatus from fostering. We needed a break. It turns out that the oldest son we adopted, it was in the best interest of the family and him that we give up parental rights. He, in a nutshell, was a danger to the household, and he needed treatment that we could not give him. Again, it's something very hard to talk about. So at this point, it's March of 2018. They end up calling us for an emergency placement of 2 siblings. We decided to take them in. It's fine. We still have our son with us. And so they come in the house in March. Everything's going fine with those 2. My son, they are all getting along. They're all around the same age, Everything's going good. And at this point, I'm just working part-time at work. Not a big deal. And then in April 16th, Monday, April 16th, Monday, 2018, I get a phone call at work. And it's somebody from my foster care agency. And they are literally like, we have a baby girl, 5 months old. She needs a home. And it looks like she's TPR. Can you guys be at the hospital by 3:30? I'm at work, 10 a.m. I'm like, of course we will. So we get a crib. We get a car seat. We get everything. By 3:30, we're at the hospital with the car seat, waiting to pick up this baby girl. My husband and I walk in the room, and I knew she was my daughter. I knew with everything we'd been through, I knew there was no question, hesitation. And I remember the first time I held her. I'm sorry. She was ours. So 2018 continues. June of 2018, we officially gave up our legal rights to the oldest adopted son. He is where he needed to be. We then still have, we now have our son who's adopted, the 2 foster siblings, and baby girl. Everything was fine. We had a great summer. School starts back. And by December, the 2 foster siblings were reunited with a relative placement, which was awesome. We were excited for them. And I was left with my 2 children, my son and my baby girl. And then January 2019 comes. We wanted to take a break from fostering for a little while. We were honestly thinking this was it. We had our 2 children. We had a boy and a girl, and we were on the road to adoption for baby girl. And so 2019 continued on. We get to May of 2019, and I get a phone call for a 5-day-old baby boy to come pick up in the NICU. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. We decided to. We had him for about 5 months in 2019, and he went to go be with Grandma. And my heart was so full of joy. Beautiful woman, beautiful lady. And we are still part of his life and just grateful. Well, by September of 2019, baby girl was done with foster care. We were in the waiting period for the final order of adoption. And we got through Christmas 2019. And January 2020 comes. January 2020. January 2nd, 2020. And we receive final order for our baby girl, who's now 2. She is a forever daughter. And I am forever thankful to God. I did not think I would ever have a baby. And it's not, I love my son and I love all the kids that came through this home and all the kids we've ever helped. But I needed a baby. I needed a baby. And God sent me her. I thought it was impossible. I just thought it wasn't meant to be. And she is my rainbow baby, my miracle. We've already celebrated her once. She's got an upcoming little party in February to celebrate with the family. But guys, I can't help but just to hug her and I cry. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And I can remember going through not just beating cancer, but the other stuff with the other children that we had to say goodbye. And I remember telling God, it's well with my soul. I'm done fighting. I'm done trying to make things work. And I was done. And little did I know there was something so much bigger. So our family is complete. We closed our home. We will not be fostering anytime soon. It could be something we look at in the future, far into the future. But our family's complete. We have our son, AJ, who's 16. And we have baby girl. We call her V. And she's 2. I just wanted to come in on my channel and share with you guys, especially if you have seen previous videos of our story. I can remember the video I made with the baby boy we were supposed to get, and he didn't come, and I was done. But there is hope. So guys, just keep the faith, and it will happen. Please, if you guys have any questions, even just about foster care and adoption in general, we fostered for almost 6 years. We took in placement ages ranging from 5 days old to our oldest being 14 at the time of placement. So please leave me a comment down below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to let you guys meet baby girl. So with that said, I'm signing off, and I hope everyone has a great night. Bye.